What's good, everybody, and welcome to the Dub. Yesterday was a big day in the NBA because it was the draft, and a lot of things happened in the draft. Alright, we've got Cade Cunningham drafted at number one, Jalen Green at number two. So shout out to Philippines because we have a Philam who's drafted at number two, who played in Ignite and might be playing for a Philippine team maybe soon. And also we have the tribute to Terrence Clark, but big things didn't happen in the draft because a big news happened, and that was the trade for Russell Westbrook, and it was for the Lakers. And I'm gonna ask all both of you, right? Did the Lakers do the correct thing in trading Russell Westbrook or for a star, or did they do the bad thing and then go for the fit in Buddy Hield?
That is to be determined. They did the right thing because LeBron has only like 2 or 3 good years left in his prime, so maybe it's best to give him the best assets right now, and they're gonna figure out what they're gonna do. I heard LeBron could move to the power forward and AD could play the center, and he's even gonna play more minutes at the center, and yeah, I think they're gonna figure it out.
Let's hit off with a new culture or ritual. We gotta hit up Darkwing, the usual. So first, Westbrook. I think we all know what we're all gonna say about him. His perimeter shooting, his shot selection overall. We all heard it from King of the Fourth Quarter. We all heard it from Rusty Buckets. We all heard it from Motown Noah, and so on and so forth from all the NBA basketball YouTubers wise. That Westbrook is a great playmaker, but he is a terrible shot creator. But other than that, I believe that Westbrook is actually a great fit. Besides, I know Buddy Hield is a great shooter, but somebody to take off the load from LeBron, especially in the regular season. I think Westbrook is that type of guy because we know that Westbrook is a season type of guy. Like he will give it his 110% every single game, even if it doesn't matter. He'll always get the ball and try to win the game. But we all know the criticism of him already. Shot selection, his 3 points, his shooting. And let's be honest here, he cannot fix that already because that's Westbrook already. We all know his jump shot is not built to take jump shots. He just jumps and just forces the ball to go in. But other than that, I think I already have a new favors to win the title for next year, or this coming up season rather. It's close with the Brooklyn Nets, but the Lakers, hey, if they get one more solid, valuable player, I think the Lakers will win this. No, this is my contending team for this upcoming season. That's all.
It got me thinking because like there's already talks for DeMar DeRozan, and there's also talks to get Carmelo. So they have a bit of mid-range shooting in that team already, but they still need 3-point shooters. So who do you think is the best 3-point shooter that is available right there? Because for me, it's still Duncan Robinson, but we're not sure what type of money he wants. He wants to get a minimum range. But like, who's the best shooter that could fit for them right now?
I was gonna say Duncan Robinson, pero naunahan eh. I don't even know who else is a free agent. I don't think DeMar DeRozan is gonna be a good fit because there's only one ball, and they already have shot creator and LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, even Anthony Davis. So Duncan Robinson would be a good fit, and who else is available? I don't know if they want Schroeder back because he wants a $100 million contract, and I don't even think he's worth that enough money. They need to get surrounded with shooters. So they could get Alex Caruso back. He can shoot the three. I don't know who the free agents are in terms of 3-point shooting, to be honest with you.
Alright, so I'm gonna be a Lakers fan for 5 seconds. I want Bradley Beal, but let's be honest, we could not get Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal would be an amazing player to trade. Like, I would just trade second round picks and then get Bradley Beal because the Lakers somehow get that anyways. But for a realistic player, Duncan Robinson would be a nice player, but I'm sure he's gonna still stay with the Heat. I'm having Spencer Dinwiddie because if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but he's a free agent and he does not want to go back to Brooklyn because There's already a big three there, and Spencer Dinwiddie wants the ball, and he's a knockdown, shot creating, 3-point shooter. Yeah. Other than that, I think no one else is worthy of being in the Lakers, or rather, there is a free agent for the Lakers to take. I don't know, maybe trade THT for Buddy Hield, something like that. Yeah, I don't know any other 3-point shooting free agent. But speaking of other players of free agency or signing contracts, DeMar DeRozan does not fit the Lakers because LeBron loves his spacing. That's how he wins rings, spacing. And DeMar DeRozan cannot be a Kobe Bryant type of player where he just post ups, shoots, fadeaways, because that's what LeBron does already. Kyle Lowry, I don't know. Other than
Oh,
that, Spencer.
I just checked the list of the NBA free agents this season. So for the shooters, they have the free agents is Danny Green. Maybe they could bring back Danny Green.
They don't want that in Green
Maybe
back.
JJ Redick.
They don't want him.
Redick could be.
Uh,
Redick could be.
or who else? Trevor Ariza. Could
No, he's too old.
be there.
Too old.
Ben Mclemore. You could bring him back.
A free,
Expensive.
a free agent that
Inconsistent.
popped on my mind that is also a point guard because the Lakers also need a ball handler for backup. I mean, is FIBA Patty Mills. FIBA Patty Mills.
Sure.
But he's too old.
Yeah, he's too old, but he could help like a bit of the shooting for backup.
Just shooting. Maybe
Yeah,
Kelly Oubre.
yeah, they will get
Oh,
the money. That's the money. Yeah, FIBA Patty Mills. Good, very good point guard. Because
Regular season, Patty Mills is ass.
yeah, yeah, but FIBA is good. But like, I don't know. I think it's only that one Australian player. So yeah, we don't know. But speaking also of Australian players, one shocking trade that didn't happen, what was all talks all over the
Ben
internet,
Simmons.
was Ben Simmons trade. I was waiting
No.
for that one in the draft. I was waiting for that in the draft.
Nobody wants his
Yeah.
ass in your team.
Yeah, Sixers are asking for too much. Look, he's not even worth for the Warriors. Wiseman, Wiggins, the 7th pick and the 14th pick. I don't think he's worth
No,
that much.
They don't.
Giving up too much talent for just one dude who does not even attempt a jump shot.
They don't even need. They don't need Simmons.
The Warriors don't need Simmons.
Exactly.
They have Green. Tapos they need a center. So like there's still Wiseman up there who's their future.
Yeah.
Good in future. Plus you have
It's not.
Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody right now. That's good trades. That's good picks for the Warriors.
Solid W.
That's a good W. Nice scouting. Nice scouting team in Golden State. Or that's a nice scouting team. But yo, those are good players right now. But like yo, Ben Simmons is 25 years old, and our topic for today is under 25 or top 25 and under best players in the league right now. So today we'll be putting up a tier list of players who we think are the top 25. We're rating them from S tier to D tier. We'll just do it on our own. So like these players are picked from mostly all the articles from you read last March of the top 25 under 25 articles and like that. So we'll be putting those players on where we think they fit in the S tier to the D tier. Alright.
By the way, that article sucks. I hate it. Whoever made that, you should be fired.
The tier list. Who is in your S tier for under 25? And I think we have the correct or like majority decision on the S tier. That's Luka, right?
Yeah,
I agree.
solid.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's Luka.
Just put him there and let's get this list started.
Where's
Luka.
Luka?
Luka.
Luka.
Luka. He's at the bottom.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh,
Best player.
yeah, he's
might be
there.
The best player
And next,
decade on this decade.
then
He's already one of the best players
Yeah.
in this time.
yep.
So,
So
like,
we can agree. And
that's already true.
for the next, you could
Are we
the
are we
next
gonna
S.
have a reason why we have our player there, or like we just continue and move on? Like
Oh,
example, if
we
we're
already
saying-
said he's. We already said
Every player.
he's already
Every
one of
player.
the best
Best
players,
players in the league. So
and he's proven it in the playoffs. And yep, Next,
Who is in our next?
Jason Tatum. Jason
We're
Tatum.
not gonna pick the player that's first on the row, or we're just gonna handpick random players.
Okay.
No, we're not picking random players. We're just
Putting
thinking who's in the S tier.
S tier, like they deserve in the S tier.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. For me, it's Jason Tatum.
Okay.
After Tatum, we'll go to the by row, by column, by row. So we start with Towns next after. So JT majority,
Uh, Give GT to the S.
majority. Yeah.
Yeah, JT. Yeah.
He scored like 13 today in the Olympic Games against
60.
Czech Republic.
Yeah, I saw that. 27, I think. And
67. KD just won something.
Yeah.
KD broke Carmelo's record in free throws and
yeah, he broke Carmelo Anthony's record.
puts in Olympics.
I don't watch the Olympics.
Yep. And he also scored 60 points in an NBA game, and he scored 50 in the play-in tournament. He also scored 50 in a playoff.
We got it. It's the
Game 3 against
reincarnation
the
of
Nets.
Kobe Bryant.
First player we have in the row is Karl Anthony Towns. Where will we put Karl Anthony Towns? Hasn't been in the playoffs since like Jimmy Butler time, so he's still a good player. Where will we put him now?
I would put him in the A tier because he's got, or I don't really know because I'm not so sure.
I'd put him in the A tier as well because you can still build a franchise with him. Because Karl Anthony Towns is still going to be trying to get traded by other teams. Like they will try to get him for like picks, but like he's still like a good player for us. But the defensive things are just his problems right now. So yeah, I'd still put him in the A tier as well.
I put him in the B. The reason why I put him in the B is
Oh, yo, go.
Jimmy Butler just proved that Karl Anthony Towns needs to have that type of guy with him. And when Jimmy left, we saw that Karl just the casual all-star that we saw. Like it's a great player, don't get me wrong, but he's the most casual all-star. Like if you wanna rank an all-star, like he's the most casual 25-year-old all-star we got. And I'm not gonna include the season that he had where he had row. Everybody in his family had row and injuries. I'm gonna base it on the season where he actually played. And when he actually played, he was just stat padding empty stats on a terrible team. I'm gonna be honest that he's trying to win. He is, but those do not translate to actual winning DNA. Because we also saw that Karl Anthony Towns can drop 30, but still take L's. And I can still see his defense is iffy. Like, it's a big if. Especially when he guards players of his own size. Like, not point guards, like players of his own size. He could not guard them. So that's why I put him in a B tier. He's the most casual all-star. That is a 25-year-old there is.
That's true, no?
Oh yeah, actually
I'd put him.
put him in the B because
After that,
good job, Ron.
He's not.
So yeah, because
Kind of guy.
So,
No.
so we put Towns there. Ben Simmons. Oh my.
I put him.
Who's gonna say it? Who's gonna say it? Say it. Say it. Come on. No.
I put him in.
Are we going to like before? Are we including like before the All Star game or like the whole season in the play?
No, his entire
His
25
career so
career
far.
in the
I would say the
NBA.
kid's career.
career.
Yeah.
I'd put him in the C or D tier.
I
There's no
put him
There's
in
no,
B, and maybe
there's
it's
no middle. Just pick
is.
where you should be.
Yeah, I'd put him in.
Oh no middle, huh?
Bro, he's an all-star defensive
yeah.
player.
His achievements.
He's an
So
all-star because he wants to be there, but after the all-star game, he disappears.
Disappears. Yeah.
yeah, his game. His game disappears. So
So
I don't know.
where do we put him?
Are we gonna skip him for now?
No,
This
we're
is just
doing this now.
Now we're doing it now. I'd put him in the C.
All right.
Come on, where would you put him?
No. I'd put him in the B. I'd put him in the B.
Maybe C is already too low, so I put him in the B because he's been a three-time All Star. He's been in a All NBA third team. He's also an All Defensive first team. But his game just disappears in the playoffs. But if he shows up in the playoffs, I would put him in the A. But he does not, so I put him in the B.
Uh, uh, so I'm gonna roast Ben Simmons for the next 5 minutes. Ben Simmons, what's up? So you're like a regular season player. So what's the playoffs? Some people wanna compare it to LeBron or Magic Johnson. Well, those kids or those people have already achieved a lot before they were even 25. And what's wrong? Jump shot too broke. You can't even stay in the NBA no more. What's up? So
Yo,
Ben,
he haven't talked to the Sixers after the playoffs. Like, no
see,
Yes,
communication.
that's one.
No
a
communication.
25-year-old should trust its organization and not run away and bang some chicks. So I'll give him a C tier, almost D tier. If you were not 6'10". If you were not 6'10", I would have given you the F tier if there existed one. Just remember, it does not matter in the regular season. The playoffs is a win or go home situation. No one cares to look at the regular season and say, "Hey, you're the greatest player of all time," because you just played amazing in the regular season. Once the playoff comes and we have given you many, many, many chances to become the reincarnation of legendary player here, but no, you've failed us countless of times. We have given you excuses of the jump shot of, hey, maybe he can just drive. You don't even drive. Then you don't deserve that B tier. You're below Cat. We cannot. I cannot say you're a casual all-star because you're actually doing something amazing on the regular season again. Regular season. But once we actually get to the playoffs, who do you call? Seth Curry!
Toby.
Toby! We don't call Ben Simmons to make something happen.
But he's a
Sure,
playmaker.
anybody can play make
Defensive.
if you're with a great coach of Doc Rivers. Hey, that's a big if though.
That's
But
a
my
big take. That's a big take.
that's a big take, but we're gonna have to be honest with ourselves. Do you want a player who has all these amazing regular season awards, but when it comes to the playoffs where your 7 foot best friend actually depends on you to do something? You don't want that. You don't want that. You want some. I don't care if you play terrible in the regular season and play amazing in the playoffs, because that's what we strive for. That's what every player strives for. Playoffs. And for that, you're going to a C tier, almost D tier, if not 6'10", Ben Simmons.
I'd
So
still,
that's
I'd still stick with B tier for me. The
B.
top one.
I'm still with B.
My
B. I'm still with B. So
this
over one. Over one.
two over
will
one.
be
B tier. B.
uh,
Alright.
That's a lot though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
like
Uh,
B tier, but
the next one.
here in the
But
bottom of the B tier.
if he won't start up next season, that's gonna be like a D or C tier for me. Especially like,
Definitely.
especially like the Ben Simmons jerseys there. So like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, maybe he'll be an all-star again, and then be a defensive player again. But once into the playoffs, he can't defend, can't play. Ah, we know the story. Next player.
Jamal Murray. We put
Jamal Murray, huh? Alright.
No injury, no
Uh,
injury, no injury, Jamal.
I give
No
him an
injury,
A.
so
I give him an A.
I'd give him an A because when he's on fire, he could be as hot as Steph Curry.
Dang, tok tok.
My God. So, yeah, as I said, he has a rhythm. He turns into Steph Curry. So, and he scored like 50 points, 40 points. He shows up in the playoffs too. So I put him in an A. I know his regular season achievements are not that much, but he's still an A because he shows up a lot in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was their problem with right now, right this season because Jamal Murray was out. Because if he was healthy, I would have them winning the West this season. Like I would have them winning the West this
Yep.
season. He's on fire always, especially like he could drop like example with the Damian Lillard against Damian Lillard. If Dame drops 50, he could drop 50 as well. It's like that's a fire thing to do also. And he's reliable on like with Jokic because Jokic passed the ball, does a lot. So he's really the good backup or backup partner for Jokic. Yeah, I also have him in the A tier as well. So yeah, that's true.
I thought he was gonna be an all-star, like no cap. Like he played amazing
I think
when
he was
he was
inconsistent.
fighting Donovan
Regular
Mitchell. I
season,
thought
he's
that was my
inconsistent.
initial thought before the season started. I thought he'd be an all-star, but too bad he fell down, hurt his knees. It is what it is. I still give Murray an A tier.
Yeah. So we put him
A.
in the
Yeah, so 8.
eighth tier.
Got you.
Partner of Jason Tatum in Boston, we have Jaylen Brown. Where will we put Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown. A. I'd say A because
Yeah,
he's he shows
he
up in
rarely
the regular
goes
season.
cold. Yeah.
Shows up in the regular season. Also shows up in the playoffs. But he's not really their leading scorer in Jason Tatum. So I put him in the A.
Yeah, JT had a hard time this playoffs because like Jaylen Brown isn't there, so
Yeah.
it will
Kemba Walker's
the
was
Walker's off,
not
very
there too.
off. Not that consistent Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was on trading block as well. I forgot because like Thunder got a lot of guards, drafted a lot of guards from Draymond to Josh Giddey this draft day. So they don't want to trade.
That guy.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown,
Take
Jaylen
him.
Brown.
I don't,
Kauron.
Reason why it's an A tier. It reminds me of Tracy McGrady so much, and I like Tracy McGrady because he's the first player I saw when I was watching basketball. That's all. I'm not saying he's gonna be the next Tracy McGrady, but he reminds me of him a lot. So that's why I picked Brown. As he rarely goes cold also.
next up,
Next
Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac. Yo,
So
I enjoy watching Magic if he is there, I enjoy watching Magic because like he is like if you watch Michael Zemba, he is like the KD of defense. KD of defense style.
tall.
Tall, lengthy. Like he's that type of
Is he 6'11"?
yeah, 6'11.
This
How tall is he?
6'11.
Yeah.
6'11.
6'11 power forward. He has that potential to become like one of the best defensive players if the next decade if he's still healthy after the ACL or Achilles
But
injury.
but we're judging him of the career what we has now. We're not gonna talk about his
Now.
future.
Yeah. So
So
I put him in the
I put it
for me
in
for
C. Put it in the C.
C for now because I'm not saying he's not gonna.
Is there gonna be
Get into
any
the
player
S
that's
soon,
gonna be
but-
in the D tier? I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
I don't
Let's
know.
see. For now, maybe C
Alright.
because I saw his highlights. Like he can defend. He can even shoot a three. He can score.
He
He
could
can
score.
defend. Yeah.
Like
So
he has everything.
I put him.
He has things to become an all-star, but we haven't seen it that
But-
much yet because of people not having eyes on Orlando that much as well. So yeah.
Yeah, his team sucks,
Oh.
and he was injured too, so we haven't seen a lot of him. But maybe we will see a lot of him because the Magic have a lot of young stars and
Is he healthy? Is he
Marco
healthy?
Fultz. He will next
There's,
year.
there's a chance at the next season. He's healthy next season.
The next year with the Magic, they have Marco Fultz, who's also injured. They have RJ Hampton, Gary Harris. Who else?
Jalen-
Mobamba,
Jalen Suggs. That was the most
Jalen Suggs. Yeah,
That was
that's what I
the
was thinking. Who?
craziest thing that
Jalen-
happened in the draft. Toronto didn't get Suggs. They got Scotty
Barnes, Scotty Barnes.
Barnes.
That was the
Oh guy.
what the trade? What?
Yep. So
So it will be a fun team to watch because Cole Anthony can score, Jalen Suggs can score. So yeah,
oh yeah, Cole Anthony. Forgot.
yeah. Kauron.
I'm gonna put him the highest tier D plus. If there was a D plus, I'm not convinced with this game if he is a C tier. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I don't watch Orlando games, but I just based off what YouTubers say about him. So based on what YouTubers say about him, he's a great defender. He has a Ruby card in NBA 2K, which is a good, amazing, cheap budget card. So I'm assuming that's a
Good.
yeah. So
Oh,
I'm assuming that's a good thing. So I'm giving him a D plus if there's a D plus, but if not D, because
V.
I'll be honest, in his career right now, because we're basing off of his career right now, we only watch him because he reminds us of KD and he's tall. But other than that, all I see is just one injury-prone guy who is doomed to die in his soul in Orlando with a bunch of point guards and centers that we don't need. They don't need actually. Yeah, that's all. I give him a D, but y'all wanna give him a C, so let's give him that C.
Put him in the C. Next, we go to Spider.
Alright, so
S.
I put him in
S.
S. I put him in S.
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 We can agree, huh?
S.
Yeah.
Next, we don't need to prove.
S. No,
Next.
no,
I
S.
mean, next time, I want to talk about it.
Go,
So
go, 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 go.
he's, I am he out of these players, Donovan Mitchell is my favorite, and I expect him to be like have a Dwayne Wade potential with more consistent 3-point shooting, and he's showed up in the regular season. He's also showed up in the playoffs, and he's a consistent scorer. And he's working on his playmaking skills. He's already good, but he's still working on it. And he's definitely one of at least top 5 guys in these bunch of players. So next, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Next, we go with Jaren Jackson. Where we put JJ.
Um,
Triple J.
A
C.
solid 3-point shooter. Yeah. C.
No,
C. That's C.
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 I mean, he only showed his potential like 2 seasons and then got hurt.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do about it? So
Yeah,
we
C.
give him a C.
What did I see as well? John Collins, JC. Postered Embiid.
Uh,
Where we put him?
I don't know.
I'll put C as well. I think so.
Yeah, C.
Just like
Yeah, C. Sure, C.
he's a good partner for Trey Young, and like he does good things before Trey Young even went there. Like he was their focus before Trey Young went there. So, so he's also good. So I'll put a C. C D. I don't.
D.
Ano ba camera?
I'll give him a C.
Ako ba?
C. Put him in C. JC put it in C.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for
This guy should
Lonzo.
be in
Lonzo. Troy.
C? Maybe C? I don't know.
I'm gonna say something controversial. He's the first D player we have here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Uh,
put him in the D because D.
He's a number 2 pick. He was supposed to be a Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical, according to Mike Korzemba.
Right.
But
I remember that. That was before the
it
draft.
was before the draft.
Yeah.
Let's give Lonzo the
That
D
was when
tier.
the bar ball was.
Like the hype that time. The hype that time. That I didn't like live up to that hype. Then like he got traded to New Orleans. He didn't even show up a bit. Zion was the one focus that time.
I mean, his career is going well right now because the Lakers want him, but we're basing it off on his previous achievements. So, D.
Yeah, D.
Disappointment.
FD.
He's good defensively and he improved his shooting a bit. Okay, but like
That's late. That's
D.
not 25-year-old
Inconsistent scorer.
Lonzo anymore.
next is MPJ.
Next.
Where MPJ?
Either I'm thinking either A or B.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Ikaw sa
wow. Go.
Ikaw sa,
What's your reason?
try to
why?
convince me.
That's your reason. Why?
Because he this season without Jamal Murray, he's been their second option, and he's showed up. And so, but I'm not sure if he's been as good. I don't really know. So let me think about it. Because Aaron.
I'm gonna give MPJ the B tier, C plus if possible, cause yeah, he's the living reincarnation of KD. We all know that. But his shot selection of pulling off from three is not a great shot selection at all, especially if you're not even a veteran yet. You're just a guy substitute for Jamal Murray. We'll be honest here.
Oh, actually, give him a C, a B, because he he can be he has the potential to be a good scorer as Kevin Durant, and but he hasn't really showed up a lot. And
I mean, he's been
like you said, like
injured.
Aaron
He
said,
only played like 2 years from now.
yeah, his
2 years.
injury. He was when he was a upcoming rookie. He was one of the most hyped players in the draft, and but he needs more. I don't know. He didn't really have much playing time in his rookie season, and he's only had one good season. And put him to B.
Wait. I'm gonna change it to a C. He only played one season of solidness, and in the playoffs he was on fire. Don't get me wrong, he's on fire, but I don't know. I see the potential in Michael Porter Jr., but we're still basing it off on him being 25 right now. So I'm gonna give him a C because that's the tier I see him as a 25-year-old right now.
I'm a huge Michael Porter Jr. fan as well because like when I saw him in Bolly's life and it was like the next KD, I was like a huge fan of him because he could score anywhere, like anywhere on the court. Like he could like go for like 70 or 60 points in a game. Like he could score anywhere. No one could stop him. Then he got injured with his back. So like when the draft came, I thought he was going to the Bulls because we wanted the Bulls. Yo, that's gonna be fire because like you see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. He's a scorer, certified bucket, but the shot selection is still the problem right there. And since he just played this season, I think so, right? I don't remember, but
Yep.
E.
Oh,
this season, ano ba? So like, yeah,
E.
we can see his potential yet, but he is not yet there in our tier rank as like the Carl Anthony Towns or the Ben Simmons as of one season yet. But we could see his potential. So yeah, I'm putting him as well in the C tier as well. But like we could see him
yeah, sure. C na lang.
best
Because the people, yeah,
horrors. Yeah,
the people on the beat are actually solid all stars.
yeah.
Like
They have been
the
all star already.
or like solid players that could help a guy win rings.
Yeah,
But that, yeah,
Yep.
we're not gonna say anymore.
yeah. We'll put him in the C tier. Next is Sabonis.
I put him in the A because
Put him in the A.
He's-
Okay, I've never. Yeah, go on.
he's much better than Porzingis, as you already know. And his father was he's a two-time All-Star. He was also he won the skills challenge. He can shoot the three. He does not wait outside the 3-point line. He actually posts up. He also has he's athletic and he can pass the ball like Nikola Jokic, but he's not that good of a passer as Jokic, but he can pass the ball too. He can post up and make some plays like Jokic does.
The reason why I give him an A tier because he's the most consistent player I've ever seen. Like consistent 20 point, 10 rebound type of guy, and very solid with the shooting. He got that form. He can shoot. And I don't know why the media does not talk about him as much as they should, because he is actually the guy for the Pacers, and he's actually the cornerstone of the Pacers. So I should give him an A. He's one of the most solid big men in this league.
I'm also in the A tier. It's like he's that type of guy. Like he's the cornerstone of the Indiana right now. And nobody watches Indiana that watch just like the media that's been talking about him. But yeah, he's been playing good. He's consistent always. Like he could give a 30 or 10 or 20 and 10 consistently every game, every night. And yeah, oh, he's also like a, what they call this, a skills challenge champion. So like, he can dribble, he can do all those things, he can pass. That's like his father Arvidas. So like yeah, he got it all from him. So like yeah, that's a 8 year for him. Next is we have
Hey,
Nah, for me it's a B. B for me it's B.
wait lang. Like, I remembered what Mongab said. Let okay. Okay, go on, go.
Yeah, B.
You said
I
it's
know
not a
he
star.
played well.
You said it's not a star. I remember that
He,
one. So go on, go.
yep, I do. So he's a B because people say he's okay when he was a number one pick. He got injured. He's gonna be a star, but I think it's not last long. I think he's gonna be like DeMarcus Cousins, who's injury prone. I see his potential becoming the next LeBron, but he's not. But no. He attacks. He could attack like Giannis, and I don't really see him as being being a long time star. He could have his short. It's only be like a 4 or 5 years his star status, and he's gonna be a role player. After, not really a role player, but be a starter, but not really a star. But yep. So I'm putting him in the B because he's an all star, no doubt.
uh,
Um,
uh,
he's good, but I think he's gonna be a superstar for a long time. So put him in a B.
for those who are
Aaron?
watching the video, please do not dislike that opinion of Mongab. We respect opinions here
Yes.
and what they
Yeah.
should.
But I am
Uh,
not Charles Barkley, or I'm not Stephen A. Smith.
But we know the ceiling for Zion, and there is no ceiling for Zion. There is no ceiling. Because he is already being compared to the LeBrons, the Michael Jordans, the Shaqs of the world. So I'm gonna give him an A because he has already broken, or no, he has already tied a lot of field goal percentages in his regular season alone. It's bad. It's terrible. It's sad to see that he could not make to the playoffs, but I do not blame him for that because his team actually is not that good to begin with. I'm not discrediting the players, but the way they are being coached rather. For Zion, he only like played 2 years because we only saw him play 2 years. His rookie season
One
does
and a
not
half.
count because his rookie season did not count because he was injured. But when he actually played a full season, what happened? All-star ballot immediately. So then the way he just attacks the ball and
Ron?
legendary players of this game, I'll give him an 8 year just alone for potential. Let's all be honest, Zion has the greatest potential being where he is right now. Simply putting him at an 8 year alone because of potential is the reason why he should be there. Not discrediting Carl Anthony Towns or Ben Simmons being a B tier, but there is a reason why that I think Zion is a more better suited player than Carl or Ben could ever be. His floor is like or Blake Griffin, a shorter Blake Griffin. That's his floor.
Yeah, he's thinking Blake Griffin too, and not maybe he's more of Blake Griffin, not DeMarcus Cousins.
Eh,
But Blake Griffin before hadn't had shooting. Like he was always dunking, dunking, dunking. Zion has shooting.
Yeah, I remember.
Zion
That's
has
what we remember. Yeah, Blake Griffin for. Like, Blake Griffin with shooting.
Blake Griffin. That's the Brooklyn Blake Griffin. Nah. That's the Brooklyn.
Nah,
Even the Detroit Blake Griffin has shooting.
Yeah, but like Zion, yeah, I put him as well in the A tier. Zion, like
Yeah, sure.
he's going to his third coaching, third or second. That's a third
Third coach, yeah, because
third coach.
no.
Willie Green.
He doesn't
And
have like a coach to he could like thrust with right now. But we hope Willie Green could do, because like we haven't yet seen yet the best thing of Zion. Like we see everything about Zion, the dunks, the highlights, the field goals, but it's still the beginning. We haven't seen it yet as well. So like if they don't have the correct coaching or game plans for him, we won't see what's best for Zion. We won't see him even in the playoffs maybe. But we hope we could see him because we want to see Zion in the playoffs. We want to see him successful. But yeah, there's the way how they coach him, how they plan or how they draw plays for him. But like we go with skill base, we do with everything. He's unstoppable, bro. Unstoppable. Maybe one of the best unstoppable players in the league right now. And like yo, if you watch the rugby team, rugby na ano, yung wrestling plus rugby plus basketball, I think that was a video of
Oh, Jimmy High Roller.
Jimmy High Roller this day and the call this that's like months ago, March ata. Oh, it was on Facebook.
Hey,
I was on Facebook. Like he will be a fit for that team. Like he will be a fit for that team. So like yeah, I'd put him in the 80 because like he could dunk, he could shoot, he could do everything. But like it's just
Shaq, or maybe a Shaq with shooting, huh?
it could be, but yeah, it could be Kashak,
Shorter Shaq, obviously.
shorter Shaq.
Shorter
Like
Shaq.
if he has the correct coaching, like if Willie Green coaches him to the ways he could play right now, like he could play even better, I'd put him in the S tier if he would be like better with Willie Green right now. But as of now, I put him in the A tier as well, and we have him in the A tier.
Of the Pelicans, ever since Anthony Davis was their player, they haven't had a good coach.
Yeah, that's true. Like
they just had a great player.
they had great players.
Yeah, they are great players, but not a
Like
good coach.
they don't have a good
Oh,
reputation for like keeping good players. Like I think the last good player they had before Zion and AD, that was Chris Paul. That was like a long time ago.
the Marcus Cousins or no?
Rick Bledsoe.
Good buddy Eric Bledsoe. Um, but yeah, that's the thing.
Uh,
That's the thing with Pelicans right now. Cause like maybe if Zion feels like what AD felt before, maybe we could see him traded to another team in the next couple of years, maybe
maybe he
in 5 years. So we don't know yet.
maybe he could win a championship after he left the Pelicans, just like Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday did.
Yeah, maybe. So like we don't
Or
know what will
LeBron.
happen next. So yeah. Next is we have BI Brandon Ingram.
Oh,
Part
Brandon
Uh,
Ingram.
he,
Mm,
B. How about it?
B. Yeah, for me B.
yeah, he a casual all star. Like
Yeah, he,
we won't get mad if he's an all star. He's the
yeah.
most casual all star there is.
Yeah,
Like
he's like Karl Anthony Towns.
like he's the 20-point scorer of the team if Zion doesn't like go average 20. Like he could be a bucket for them. Like he's the guy to like could like he's like the Chris Middleton of the team. Up,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's that
but not a
yeah.
killer.
So remember Zion when Zion got injured, he was an all. That was when he became an all star because there's no other scorer in the team aside from Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. So he stepped up and showed what he can be, showed his potential. Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So put him in the B because he doesn't really. He's not. I haven't really heard of him much in the last season. In this season, actually.
Next is we have the John T. Murray. Where will we put John?
Um, for me, C.
Debating between C or D.
Yeah, we think
Playing in a dead team.
C.
Give him in a D because he's a great player because he's playing for a graveyard team. A graveyard team means what it was once a former great team, now that's just lost its glory days.
Yeah,
But that's
C.
my opinion on Dejounte.
I put him in D.
D.
It's like he has that, like he is one of their focuses and for the franchise, and like he's that good defensive guard, like we all know he is. Like also he's a bit decent with offensive game because like it's really DeMar DeRozan carrying that team, and LaMarcus Aldridge before got traded and before he retired. And right now it's Derek White carrying that team offensively,
Yeah,
also with Caldon Johnson, who we talk about next. But yeah, with DeJounte Murray, they're good. Like they're good, but he doesn't score that much. But he's good defensively.
Got injured and they didn't even need him.
Yeah, that he was injured. He
yeah.
didn't
Okay,
need He didn't
The
do it.
last time they got to how's that? The last time they got to the playoffs was when he was injured with, and their point guard was Derek White or Bryn Forbes.
Derek White.
As long as the backcourt was, yeah, and shooting guard of Bryn Forbes. So they don't really need him. There's a lot of good play. There's a lot of good guards in that team. They have Derek White,
They're being coached
more
by
Bryn Forbes.
Coach
So
Popovich, so they know what
they
they're
even
doing.
have whatever his name, Devin Vassell.
Vessel,
That
yeah, Devin Vessel was good.
um who else they got? Who forget the name of the rookie?
I forgot who
Who they
they
just drafted.
drafted.
Forget his name.
Joshua
Let me see.
Primo.
Yeah, Joshua Primo.
He was
That they
projected
could trade him.
to be like the last one of the last or second round, late first round to second round, but then they drafted him lottery. So what? What?
You know the Spurs, they find diamond in the trash.
Yeah,
You don't know.
remember it's like Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Even Kawhi Leonard. They, there's a diamond in the trash.
If lang, because we don't know this rookie yet.
We don't know that much about Joshua Primo as well. Because like even me, I was like watching the draft. It was my first time hearing that name. Because like I saw the name in the mock draft and things. It's my first time hearing that name. So like, ah, okay. I haven't seen him played yet. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So next is his
Yeah,
partner as well in San Antonio. Keldon Johnson. Where we put him.
um,
Still a new guy. He's actually the
haven't
newest
heard of
guy.
him. Haven't heard of him. So D. He's also on the Team USA. Remember? I heard he was good in
Basically, Team
college.
USA because nobody wants to play.
I heard he had a good camp when he was in the Team USA, whatever it was, training camp or select team. I heard he was good in there, so but he hasn't showed it much in the NBA because you know he
I
doesn't
haven't heard
really
his name since last month when the Spurs were eliminated from the play-in tournament.
play in tournament.
That's the only time I heard his name.
Yeah, he's a good.
D, yeah,
I'll put him also as D,
D.
but he is like a good. He could give you like sometimes a 20-20 in a game, like 20 points, 20 rebounds, because he's the hustler guy for San Antonio right now. Because like it's DeJounte
Yeah.
or Derek White, DeMar DeRozan, tapos Keldon Johnson and Jakob Pertl. Like he is that energetic type of guy. That's what he showed in Team USA right now. Like he would be that guy to be the hustler type. But yeah, there are sometimes it goes off, but sometimes it goes like off always. So like yeah, I'll put him also in detail, but he's that type of player like hustler type. Like he would try to grab every rebound in that team. Because like Jakob Pertl doesn't do rebounds sometimes. So like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's also a good scorer, but yeah, I'll put him also in the detail. He fits in the detail.
This next guy is I'm sure we're gonna agree where he's gonna be.
Next is
This
Devin
next
Booker.
guy,
Devin
we
Booker.
already know we're gonna agree on this one.
Uh,
S.
Same
Is
Karon.
that right?
S.
S.
Yes.
No?
Uh,
I'm debating with A and S.
Come on. I'll put him in
no,
S.
no, he's not an S player
I'm
because
Why
debating
not?
with an A and S.
it was a CP3 thing.
Yeah,
He did CP3 did the what you call it, the leadership thingy that made the recent Phoenix where it is now.
Okay.
But don't get
Sure.
me wrong, where Devin Booker is not gonna be a superstar one day, because we already know he's gonna be a superstar player in the future. But right now, a 25-year-old, hey, stat padding kid before he met Chris Paul, and that was the narrative for him. But when he met Chris Paul, he was like, "Oh shit, I can play better this way." Hey,
Like the interesting thing I wanna see is like what will happen to the Suns when Chris Paul goes out. We already know the Suns will be great. They got 8-0 in the bubble, like they still got eliminated, but
They had a playmaker in Rookie Rubio.
we had already had the glimpse of how the Phoenix would look like. But like, yeah, I'd put him in the A tier. Skill wise, he's in the S tier. Skill wise, because he could score, he could shoot anywhere.
Hmm.
Ana, I put him still.
generally as a player.
Yeah, or like 8. But
Uh-huh.
defensive things not that much. But like he got a good steal a while ago against Czech Republic. So like yeah, I'd put him also in the 8th tier. I'd put him in the 8th tier.
His
Sure.
shot selection
Yeah,
is
sure.
just
I
like
can
Kobe
agree.
Bryant. He's just trying to
Shoot everywhere.
uh rec- shoot everywhere just like Kobe. But no, that's not your game. Play more the way you're more comfortable. Cause I see him in the final
Yes.
alone. He goes to that free throw line. He thinks he's Kobe or CP3, and shoots in that free throw line area where that's not your game. Or you do that high post thingy and then jab step.
He was nowhere to be seen
Mm,
in game number 5 or game number 6. Like it was
see?
Chris Paul's
Game
game.
3.
Yeah, like there
Game
were
3, he was nowhere.
like like
Game 5, he had 40, I
Yeah.
think.
there were times that they relied on him, but he couldn't make the shot. We were like, huh?
There's a reason why S tier is for players we give the ball to last 1 minute of the game.
Yeah, or like or like we really see now that they're like really in the S tier of right now.
Hmm. So I
Yeah,
don't
these, we
know
only have
about
3 of them so far.
So I'll put him in the A. Next is
Yeah. People have been saying
DeAndre Ayton. Let's go.
next. So,
C.
C.
uh,
C D.
C. Yeah, C.
Not find his own shot. Needs
C
to
for me.
rely on Chris
C.
Paul or Devin Booker for the alley oop. That's it. He plays solid defense, but that's it. Cannot make his own bucket if there is no guy to tell him to do so.
So C.
That's it. Okay.
Alright.
People
C.
are gonna disagree with us, DeAndre Ayton, the C tier, but they don't
C.
watch the game like we do.
C no C.
C.
C ako. C ako.
Next is
What the
Shea.
media will say is B.
Oh, this guy. Either A, I...
Give him a
No.
B.
Aaron sa... B, yeah, B. Sure, B. Yeah, I
A
like
C
his...
plus.
He has a smooth skill set. Put him in B.
B. Yeah.
Because like he was in trade block this draft day. Trade block.
Yeah, he's worth a lot.
Yeah, he's worth a lot because he could play good. He could score good for you. Like he could score like 30 and like a double double, like 30 and 10. But like
And defense.
defense as well. Defense is good defense as well. But like he's alone, bro. He's alone there. Lou Dort,
Ludor.
Lou Dort. Would you trust Lou Dort?
Alexis
Alex
Pokovic.
Poku.
Not that much. Remember, he had a
Poku's
buzzer
good.
beater against the Spurs, I think.
Yep.
Ludort did.
Yeah, Poku is good as he's good at with his what do you call this? With his
3
backup,
points.
as backup. Poku is good for his
B.
backup. Then like they got for me, I was like, yo, for Thunder they need to get like another forward because like they gotta have Shea right there, Shea in the point guard, do Dort. They need also defense because Poku will be your offensive guy as well, and you don't know who their center is. But like so like they're going for on the defense. So I was like, yo, you try to get Scotty Barnes or Jonathan Kuminga. They got Josh Giddey, and your Shea
Does
is
he play? Forward?
huh?
Guard.
Shea plays.
Josh.
Josh Giddey plays guard, point guard.
Uh,
Shea is good playing in shooting guard because like that's what he did with Chris Paul, Schroeder. He played like small forward or shooting guard. You remember that trio, three-headed guard. But like
Even small forward. He even
yeah,
plays small forward at times.
he could play any of the three because he's a 6'8", 6'7",
Yeah, he's 6'7", I
six
think.
seven guard. So like he could be that guy, but like it is what it is. So yeah, I'd put him in B tier as well. The next is we have Dilo. I don't know why this
C.
trend is trending. I don't know why on TikTok. But
what's the trend?
Dilo.
I'm sorry, B. I'm not sorry. I said B.
The ice
I tried to say B,
trend
not B. Not C.
TikTok.
Uh,
I say B. He only had one good season. That was his last season in the Brooklyn Nets. And I haven't heard a lot of him ever since. When he joined Golden State Warriors, he didn't. It was not a good fit. That was even though Steph Curry was injured, he was. I didn't hear a lot from him. So I put him in the B.
C for me. I mean, he was solid one time in Brooklyn because just because he was in Brooklyn. But other than the Lakers and the Warriors and now the Bulls, I know the
Wolves.
Wolves. eh,
Yo, Bulls, bro, Bulls.
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
So B D.
Ikaw, where do
Tomorrow,
you want him?
tomorrow on D, B.
C as in cat.
Huh?
Huh?
As
Yes, in
in
cat?
cat.
B as in cat. Ay, ay, okay. I have him like either a C. Because like one season, that's only one season. We know he scored it clutch, but like we haven't seen that this season or like in the past season when he went to Golden State and Timberwolves. But like Lakers, we had Lakers because like he really showed it in Brooklyn. I still want that jersey, D'Angelo Russell #1 in Brooklyn. But like that's only one season, so I'd put him in a C.
Oh,
Yes.
he's an okay player.
It's an
Not
okay.
the best.
So
The
majority
best. Uh,
majority B. Majority B.
uh,
Alright.
Vitamin B,
Next
okay.
next
we could be lower though.
yeah, it could be lower though. Alright, have
This.
C.
This is D. D for me, D.
Jared
What we're
Allen.
talking about?
Jared
At
Allen.
Allen.
Karon. I have him
Block
as D.
LeBron twice. I was so shocked by that.
Mason Plumlee block LeBron.
That's the only time
Where
I
is he
knew
now?
his name. Who the fuck blocked LeBron? Oh,
Yes.
that's Jared Allen.
He doesn't really
D as in dog.
I put him dog.
As in dog.
Yo, he
That's the only time I know his name. He blocked LeBron twice.
like,
Alright.
I'd put him in D tier. Yeah, I'd put him in D tier as well. But like
We agree.
yeah,
We can agree. Yeah, he's a D.
he is a good defensive player, like very good. Like when Harden got traded to Houston, I was like, what?
To Brooklyn.
For Jarrett Allen. Yeah, for
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn for Jarrett Allen. I was like, what? Huh? Because like Brooklyn that time they needed a center, and like
They have DeAndre or Jordan already.
he won't work. It doesn't work for them, bro. So like, they needed a center, a good defensive center, and Jarrett Allen was that guy. Like he fit that system with KD and Kyrie. He fit that system. Then they traded him away. Like he was good defensively for them. Like they didn't need to do that much because he was there. He got traded.
Which is expensive.
Yeah, and his contract expensive as well. So like, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'll put him in D tier as well. Ant-Man.
Next. So,
Ant-Man.
Aaron.
Too
Where do you want
early.
him, Aaron?
Too early. Just have played 1 year.
Too early, so we'll skip.
Yeah.
Skip.
C. If you wanna rate him, I give him a C.
See,
Already better
Yeah,
than
C
most
him
of these
with a C.
players on the D tier.
I will put him in C.
put him also in the C.
Or this next one is gonna be this next guy.
Ja
Yeah. Put him in C first.
Morant.
Ja Morant. A. I put him in A. Aaron.
Hmm. A guy who just carried his team to a play-in tournament and actually won a game
He beat
against the first seed.
Golden State Warriors.
He beat Golden State, and I was mad by that, but he earned my respect as oh shit, this is a type of player that can actually play. And mm, mm, he is a solid player. He has a future, definitely. B, as in boy.
I have
Yes,
A.
boy.
Ikaw, Onin.
For me, if you know,
A or B?
for me, every draft I always have my favorite player in the draft. So like, it's always point guard. So like, 16 was Simmons, 17 was I forgot who in 17. I think that was Lonzo. 17,
Faults? Faults?
Aaron.
Faults
18,
or
18 was Luka. Yeah, 18 was
Wait.
Luka.
Trae Young?
19
Or
was
Luka?
19 was my favorite point guard. 19 was Ja. 20 is Lamelo, then 21 is Cade Cunningham. So for Ja,
Huh?
Ja is my favorite player, but I still have him like put him like in an A tier as well. Not B. I put him in a B. Yeah, B tier. Like
This
like we already like we see his dunk, we see his highlight, you see everything. He could carry the team. Like I know I'd put him in the A.
For me, A.
Wait,
He's like oh my god, bro.
wait. Yeah, I'd put him in the A. I'd put him in the A. Cause like he could
Same
carry
here.
the team. You could rely on him if you want a bucket. Cause like when he was out, Memphis were down bad, like down bad, bro. Like they were injured. Then Jock came back from that ankle injury. If you remember that time, that was early this season. He dominated that. He really carried Memphis to like a play-in tournament. And what they did in the play-in tournament, he he like did upset things on that thing. And he also take a game in the in the playoffs. So like, yo, he could be that guy. He could be that guy. That's no bias, but he could be that guy, bro. Like he could carry that team. Like
I'd give him the
Scored
A.
47 in the
even
playoffs.
though alone.
Game 2, I think, against the
Yeah,
Jazz.
yeah, like yeah. If you want some if another scorer or another star would score like 40 or something, he's the guy that you need to guard as well. Because like Ja would score also 40 as well. So like yeah, he could be like your big game opponent. There's like a let's say like a Steph Curry type, like a you know Jamal
So
Murray,
Westbrook.
Donovan Mitchell. Like you could like if they would score 40, this he would also score 40. Like he would really go against you. Like he would even dunk on you for no reason, bro. He would dunk on you. Like he ain't scared of things. So like yeah,
Then he will just choose violence and dunk on you.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'd put him in the eighth tier. Put him in the eighth tier. Defensively,
I,
he's getting good defensively as well. So like you know what I'm saying? Because like we got Dylan Brooks as well. Yeah, I'd put him in the eighth tier. So majority eighth tier.
A.
Di,
A. Ako A ako.
ikaw Ron.
I changed my mind. Go A.
I'll go A.
A.
Next is Ice Tray. Aaron got this
S.
correctly in the
S.
prediction. So
I have
A.
S.
A.
What?
I play defense.
Sure, A na.
Defense.
Play
A,
defense.
yeah, sure,
No
no
defense.
defense.
No defense. Like he's good offensive. No one can stop him. But like A, yeah, no defense.
These two cannot guard big people.
Yep.
To be honest. A. I
A.
don't know
A,
what he
yeah.
can do already. A.
I thought you were gonna say S because of what he did in the playoffs.
But like
I mean, he's solid in the
Bam.
playoffs.
we gotta look at how they play as well and how they like fit with team and like their good games and something like that. So yeah, I'd put him in the A tier. Like the guy got no D, but he good in the O. And the problem with Trey Young, yo, I just remember this one. They're going to change the fouls this season, right? So like he won't draw a lot of fouls this season. That much.
No fouling for Trey. He'll be the one who gaining the fouls.
So we would like I don't know, we would see different things coming out this season of how he would play. So like we don't know because he's like I think in all of this list, he is like the player with the most free throws in a game. So like yeah, we will see that next season if he will still play the same way like he is. But like yeah, I will still have him in the eighth tier. I just hope his defense will
No, he's 6'2".
Still A.
Let's go with Bam.
Bam.
B, as in boy.
Yeah, B.
B as in Bam.
I'd say B.
Are we gonna say why? Or we're just gonna assume he's just not that type of guy to be that guy on the team.
Right now, yeah, right now, yeah, right now.
Yeah, he ain't that type of guy right now. But he's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Solid. He plays defense. 6'9", can guard any position.
Next is
Alright.
LaMelo.
He missed him. He was good as a rookie season, but I'd say C, but it's too early.
And beside
Sorry.
Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Not too
Uh,
early.
it's still too
He's
early,
solid.
but
Solid player.
he's the star right now, bro. He's the star of the
Eh,
team.
because
Next,
Hayward's absent.
yeah,
Swiper. Swiper the Fox.
Hey, if there were no other guards in the West,
It's
I'd pick him.
SAB.
I'd pick B as well.
Alright.
When I hear about the Sacramento Kings, I hear about the Aaron Fox. Uh, and he's been inconsistent. So he had his times, but put him in B.
Yeah, I'm putting B as well. Like same reason. Consistent, is fast, good defensively as well. Team, it's like a team wise. They need help. They really need to change. Like if you remember that time, I think Dave Gager was their coach that time before Luke Walton took over. They were
Mm-hmm.
good. They were fun. They were good. They were always on that 7 second type game. They were good. So like it's gonna be nice if they're going to fire Luke Walton, maybe Luke Walton, and get like a Mike D'Antoni type. Because like that would be
Ah,
fun to watch. That would be fun to watch. Because like Tyrese is already good, which is the next person we're going to talk about. But I think we'll put him also in C because it's way too early as well. Because like Buddy Hield is still there. He could shoot everywhere. So like
For now.
they could focus.
Marvin Bagley.
Like so like if they had a different coach, I would put him in the A tier because he would be an all star if they were playing in a system that fits him the most. So
Oh, they have this guy named Davion Mitchell coming up. Their team.
A guard? Yeah, it's a guard.
he's a guard. He's a guard.
Yeah, he's a guard.
He would be like a
Do
back.
they need more guards?
They need backup. I think they have Dylan. They have Dylan Wright, but like I don't know why they got outside point guard at times. I think they got the best player possible. So like yeah, I'd put him for now. I'd put him in the B. Yeah, B tier. Final B tier.
Oh, Marvin Bagley hasn't really met his, yeah, B. Marvin Bagley hasn't met his potential yet
He doesn't
because
want
of his
to play.
injuries.
He doesn't want to play in Sacramento.
I wouldn't play in Sacramento as well if I had a terrible
Harrison
coach.
Barnes. Oh, yeah, I forgot they have Harrison Barnes.
What?
See, your main offense is Harrison Barnes. Who would play in Sacramento? Nobody.
Next is you have Tyrese. C. Matic.
Yeah, automatic. No
Yeah,
explanation
see,
needed.
because
Same
it's too
reason
early.
for Lamelo and Ant-Man.
RJ.
RJ Barrett. Um,
See? I'll be honest here. I watch a lot of Knicks game, and you would see in the highlights of NBA Twitter his 20 points game. That's what New York Knicks media does. They make you watch that good games. But when RJ has a bad game, no one talks about it. Like, they don't advertise his bad games.
Reverse.
I hear it from
So
basketball.
Reverse of.
Yeah. You may hear it from NBA basketball YouTubers, but you wouldn't hear it from the media itself of RJ having bad games. It's New York. Who wants to talk bad about their players? Because I'll give him
So?
a D tier because without Randall, that team would not make the playoffs. Without a great coach, they would not make the playoffs. Defensive-minded coach. D, as in dog.
D. As
yeah,
the
D would go.
same reason.
D.
D.
Similar to what you said about Kelvin Johnson.
And lastly, Colin Sexton.
S tier.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh. Pretty good. So like yeah.
Yeah. He punched Kyrie in the throat. I
So
The defense. This is the guy who
Young
replaced
ball.
LeBron in the Cavs. Remember?
he tweeted LeBron, hey LeBron, let's go back to the finals again. What a young guy. What a young bull.
So,
Honestly, give him
I don't know.
C.
C.
Yeah, C.
He's just a guy stat padding for a terrible team.
like they're supposed to trade him for Ben Simmons, if you remember that one. But
Oh my god.
but they didn't, like, they declined it. But like
Rather have
he's that
Weston.
scorer guy for them. Like, yeah, and it's fun to watch Sexland. You know what I'm saying? Garland and Sexland. It's fun to watch Sexland.
Yeah.
It sounds so. It's fun to watch Sexland because like they're like the small Damian Lillard and like the budget type Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. But like it won't
Hmm?
work for them. It won't work for them because like you see what happens with Dame and CJ. Their ceiling was the Western Conference Finals, so but these
They did terribly.
yeah, they were down. We were bad at time, but like they're
Yeah, I don't even know.
Colin Sexton's good offensively, defensively he's alright, but sometimes inconsistent at times. But like if he's on fire, he's on fire. So I'd put him in the secret as well.
I don't
Any
even know
player.
who else plays in the Cavs anymore. Get Kevin Love in there. You got
No, Kevin Love.
Okoro. Oh,
I
sure.
forgot.
Larry Nance Jr.
Eddie Osman.
Jared Allen. I haven't heard a lot of that from Larry Nance Jr. anymore. Ever since he kept dunking.
Let's see here.
Did
Yep,
we forget
looks
anybody?
good to me.
A lot.
We only have three guys in this. We only have three guys in this S tier.
did we forget anyone?
I think we did.
Mikal Bridges.
Nah. Nah.
Mitchell Robinson.
Nah.
Uh,
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero. He made a name. He's a D.
D. Automatically. But like
Yeah, Tyler
that-
Hero.
with the tier list, final na.
Let's review it for 5 seconds. I'm fine with that.
Markel Fultz. should
So
be in
Fultz,
there.
yeah, he's the number one pick. What can we say about him?
Injuries.
Injuries.
He should have not been drafted by Philly. He should have went somewhere else.
That could have been
That's
that
hey,
number one pick.
We could have gotten Tate.
Should be yeah, should have been Jason Tatum. That's what I was thinking. Maybe even Donovan Mitchell.
Pain. 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 Pain.
Is what
Maybe
it
even
is.
Darren Fox. Or I remember this. They traded the first and the third pick to the Boston Celtics. Remember?
I remember that.
And we could have had Jason Tatum.
We could have Tatum, Embiid, and Simmons, bro. Pain. That's our list. Final.
Jaylen Brown's in there. We can agree that they're only
The
we
rookie.
got Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, and Donovan Mitchell.
He's starable.
Yes,
Where
dear.
would you put him?
Yeah. Last rookies, they're
C.
C tier. Rookies are okay in C tier.
Yeah.
Okay, where would you put Cunningham?
I don't know. I haven't seen his NBA.
I'd still put him in C tier as well. Cade Cunningham. He played like Dame and Tatum combined. That's how he played in.
How about
They-
what's his name? Get his name.
Green.
Oh.
Reminds me of-
Plays in the NBA right now.
Reminds me-
Totohanan eh. Rui Hachimura, where would he be?
Oh,
D.
Japan.
Yeah.
I'd say C.
D as in dog. D as in dog.
Oh,
Kuzma gonna
yeah, sure, D.
Kuzma gonna be
Kuzma!
That's all automatic D.
Kuzma
Oh,
Hey, we didn't even. Kuzma
He was
25.
good in.
26.
He was good in.
Damn. He could have been in.
He was good in rookie year. He was good in rookie year, and has downfall ever since.
Bagay.
Yeah.
Arguably even better than Jason Tatum's rookie year.
No.
Everybody just focused on the Lakers. That's why.
Yeah. So, and
Wait, who else? Where would Lou Dorpy?
D.
D as in dog.
Automatic by D.
Yeah, sure.
Damn. I'm reviewing the top 25 players on ESPN. They had LaMelo Ball number 3 over Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum. Disrespect. Hey, fix yourself, media. Your ass.
I forget who said this, but he's I think it was Jalen Rose. His top 5 was Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. I think 4th was Ja Morant, and 5th was Trae Young. I think it was Jalen Rose.
Manuel quickly. I like him. He's like
I like
Ginobili. Tony Parker.
I like his floater.
Oh, actually, the Jalen Rose's 4th was Devin Booker, and 5th was Trae Young.
That's alright.
OG Anunoby. He's a solid player. Where would he put him?
C.
C.
Yeah.
How old is Jeremy Grant?
25 over 25 naman to.
He's way older.
He's 27, so.
Hey, what about your finals MVP, Mikal Bridges?
I put him in.
Forget, Minu said that.
I put him in D. I put him D.
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 That's all. That's all the players I can think on the top of my
How
head.
about Dylan Brooks?
Over 25.
Oh, he's over 25.
They're like
Who else?
wala naman.
Who was the Chicago Bulls? Chicago Boy.
Kobe White D.
What?
D. Laurie
He sucks.
Laurie D.
He sucks.
Laurie Markkanen would be D. Haven't been good since their rookie year.
So yeah,
Miles Bridges. Not Mikal Bridges. Miles Bridges.
D. I like his dunks. Can't work alone.
I think we're just mentioning role players at this point, not all-star bound level players.
So that was our tier list for the players 25 and under. So players who are 25 years old and under. And that's the future of the league looks like, alright? So we only have 3 players in the S tier and more A tier to D tier, alright? So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And yeah, shout out to Aaron and Mongab again.
Darkwing!
Shout out also to Darkwing. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more videos coming up soon. And stay tuned for more videos and rebuilds coming up in the next coming weeks. Alright, because like free agency is here. And you know, draft day is here. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you soon in our next episode.
This is all opinion, by the way. Opinions, so don't get mad.
Yeah,
All opinions matter. Bye.
No controversy intended.